Yes.
Okay, it is 7 o'clock. I am going to call this meeting to order. As you are able and willing, please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. We have no one, literally, but therefore no one who has signed up to deliver public comment. So we'll move right into the report of the secretary. Motion please to approve the minutes of our last meeting.
I move to approve the minutes of the regular meeting of Wednesday, July 15th, 2026.
Second, Lisa.
Lisa, thank you very much. Any comments or questions from the board?
Gorgeous as always.
Yes, all in favor. That is 6-0. We have approved minutes, and we bring us to the report of the chair. First item, town officials meeting schedule. We are going to continue to meet with the town officials. We had moved it from the second to the third Wednesday last year. Is that how we're going to continue? Is third Wednesday? Okay, so that will be third Wednesday of every month. So
Those have typically been Zoom, mostly.
Is there a new town manager for some? Or is it?
No, I think Jen is acting town manager. They're in a process to hire one, but yeah. Okay. Second, board meeting dates for 2026, 2027. The thing in your packets right afterwards, the one question is the February meeting. 10th or 24th are the two options because 17th is vacation week. 10th is preferable because there's a conference that encompasses the 24th that these two folks to my right are hoping to be able to attend. So if we can make the 10th work, that would be great.
Works for me? Yep.
Great. Okay, then we'll solidify that now, February 10th, and we're done with that. Great, thank you. Okay, quick review of the workshop that we just conducted. It was the second of two workshops we had planned for the summer to talk about our strategic plan. The focus has been on updating the language around our core values and how we present that. We had another rich discussion. I know you all thought I was going to say robust. We had a rich discussion tonight, lots of good suggestions. Those suggestions will be taken back. The document will be upgraded, reformatted, and we'll probably see it again at our second meeting in September for a discussion among the board as an agenda item in this format. So, or in this forum, I should say. So another very good discussion tonight. Thank you all. MSBA Delegate Assembly is coming up in October. You may have seen an email notification from the Maine School Board Association this week talking about the schedule of the regional sort of board development meetings that will take place in September. The focus of those meetings will be the things that are coming in front of the Delegate Assembly. So any changes to the resolutions, proposed changes to the bylaws and the Constitution, that kind of thing, and also the slate of officers that will be voted on at the Delegate Assembly. So in particular, there'll be a lot of focus in those development meetings on proposed changes to the resolutions. Remembering, of course, that the resolutions, that's the document that the Maine School Board Association uses to guide their deliberations when they do things like deliberate on pending legislation and the impact on schools. So, if any of you has interest, I would encourage you to attend. I'll be attending all three of those meetings. They're Zoom meetings, pardon me. If you have interest and might want to have input into the wording on the resolutions, by all means, attend one of those sessions. Good, okay. So Delegate Assembly. I should actually also say, sometime a couple of months ago, y'all voted me to be our delegate at that assembly, so
Yes.
I will be the voting member for this board. Fall MSBA MSMA conference is pretty well locked and loaded at this point. I think they're still doing a little bit of configuring around some of the sessions, but the keynote speakers are all locked in. It's going to be another great conference. If you all can attend, I hope you can at least make one day or perhaps both. It's going to be pretty good. One of the things that's happening this year for the first time is that in addition to the board chair workshop that takes place the day before the conference starts, there's going to be a board and student member workshop, and I think that's really very cool. That's going to be
That's so
awesome, and I
cool.
really hope we're able to get one or both of our students up to that.
Yeah, and that's always the last
Hmm?
couple of days of the month? Like
Yeah, I actually,
Thursday,
if you want to give me a
Friday
second, I have the dates in my calendar.
of October?
Yeah, and I don't think,
October.
in fact, I'm quite sure registration is not yet
20
open for that.
30th,
But registration will
29th.
come open for that sometime, I think in
October
September.
29th and 30th?
29, well, Thursday.
Should we let Rebecca know if you want to attend, or do you typically, who signs us up typically?
Terry?
Terry,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, it'll typically be Terry. Yeah.
Okay.
29th and 30th.
29th and 30th are the 2 days of the conference. And I believe, yeah, the board chair and student board rep workshops are going to be on the 28th, the Wednesday. Good. Opening day for faculty and staff. We want to, first of all, who could make it? It's next Wednesday in the morning. I think it starts at 9, 8. Starts at 8, excellent. I'm reliably informed there will be coffee.
There will be coffee and there will be
That
donuts.
will make it easier.
And we've changed the format slightly.
Yep.
And there's 2 surprises.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Great.
Yep.
Okay, so 1, 2,
Is that the 26th?
The 26th.
yes. And as you'll recall, what we do is we like board members to be available. I think we're going to wind up sitting like in the front row of the auditorium rather than up on stage because there's going to be a bunch of other stuff happening.
Good. Love that.
Wow.
Surprises, I will not say,
Much better.
Oh.
but, so we'll go up in turn to introduce the new staff members as we do every year, so.
Great.
I think I saw everybody's going to be
Yep.
there, yeah.
Yep.
What time is that from?
8 to 10:30 or 11?
Oh, that's much longer than
Ish.
usual.
It's a little longer, and
That is.
we're
Yeah.
gonna start with Caroline's address. I'm gonna say a few things, and then we have Jermaine Moore speaking. So we're gonna start with kind of the keynote, and then shift into the business portion a little later. So you really would have to be there till 9,
Oh, really?
if that was easier for you.
Well,
I'll be
there.
coming
I don't
off
wanna
that
miss the
Indigo
coffee and
Girls.
donuts.
Oh, I'm thinking about going to that. I gotta buy tickets, yeah.
You should. We're taking a van. There's plenty of room. You can join us.
Where are they playing?
The Du Ford Stagehouse Inn van.
Thompson
They're playing
Point.
at Thompson Point.
Oh, fun.
I know. Very nostalgic for me.
Sorry.
So is everybody coming?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds like yes.
Yes.
Kate, you
Yeah,
still
I
checking?
can.
Okay.
Awesome.
Great.
So we'll divvy up the new staff. Everybody will get a chance to do a few.
Yes.
Yes.
And Terry's collecting the information for you. We're gonna do teachers and ed techs,
Great.
not just teachers.
Good.
Nice.
We have a smaller, we have a small number.
Good.
So
We have-
9 a.m. is okay, though? 9
What-
a.m.?
9 a.m. is fine.
You'll miss the 2 speeches, but
Oh.
yes.
2 speeches, yours and.
Jermaine.
The
I'll see if I
keynote.
can get there and eat,
Aw,
but,
I'm gonna try.
It's early.
Okay.
yeah.
I will be good though.
Good. Okay, student board representative fall orientation. So one of the things we've put into the bylaws is that we're going to make sure that our new rep gets an orientation. Not just, a, hey, welcome to the board, what's your sports report?
Yeah, that's
Good.
good. Really good.
So we'll do that in your office.
Yes.
Um,
We'll reach out to the student.
Yeah, I think the aspiration was that it happened before the first meeting.
Mhm.
So if we can make that happen before the first meeting, that would be great.
Do you have any preference?
Maybe they could come to an agenda, before an agenda meeting or something, or after an agenda?
Yeah, actually, that's a great idea. We're going to have to do the agenda meeting for that first meeting in
Yes.
September. That might be the right time to do it if we can
Okay.
make that happen.
I can make that happen.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be great.
I plan to reach out to both of you to put as
Get a
many of
date.
those dates in the calendar for the year anyway.
Great.
Yeah,
And so I'll attempt to align that with the student.
That'd be
The
great.
next one, thank you.
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you for that. Okay, that concludes my report and brings us to the report of the superintendent.
Great, thank you. Okay, so the first item, superintendent goals. So I did find in school board policy that I need to work with the board and collaborate on goals before September 1st. So that's this meeting. So I put together some draft goals, and I welcome your input and collaboration on the goals, and then I think it would be appropriate for the board to vote. You can see I drafted 3 goals. The first is to listen, learn, and develop a deeper understanding of the district. This is as a way to understand, processes, input from all stakeholders. This is something I've been doing all summer. And then reporting back to the board before the change of the calendar year, so in December, my findings from my entry plan. So present all of that to you at that time. And then begin to implement some of those things, not waiting a year, because some things can start now. So that's the first goal. 2 areas of particular focus will be transportation and school safety. We have a lot of good information coming through about school safety. That's something that is a priority. And so that's certainly something that I'll be reviewing with our team and administrators, our emergency operations plans, and it could be part of the budget process if there are things that, we want to bring forward for recommendations. And then also the transportation system. And I have an outcome there by the end of the calendar year, presenting the board with a summary of entry plan findings, as well as, what certain actions I can take this year with the team. The second is increased student voice, engagement, and involvement. This is a theme that's coming through, even in the past, not even 2 months, from board members, from core values, but also in my meetings with you, from the data, student engagement, from administrators, to increase student voice, engagement, and involvement. We know those are 3 different things. So that seems like a very clear goal for, that's aligned with my values as a leader, but also particularly for this district, and also aligned with our core values discussion, where we want to have student voice, threaded throughout. And then the third goal, strengthen district communication and community connection. This is something that the district has already identified, as evidenced by hiring a PR coordinator. So this is happening. TJ has already completed the communication audit. So that is a robust document. It's a rich document. And more information will come to you from that, because the audit, it analyzed the entire district in so many different ways, documents, different ways that we communicate. Yes, it's a website. Yes, it's social media. Yes, it's everything from newsletters to school board meetings, all different ways that we communicate. And as a result of the audit, we'll be putting together a committee, and this committee will be looking at, okay, what are our first steps? Step 1 will likely involve the website, and several other things. And they'll also be putting together an actual communication plan. So I think it is appropriate for that to be a focus year 1 in particular, so that we'll have an established, coordinated communication structure, taking information from the audit, getting input from families and employees and all of us, so we can have a plan for 2-way communication that people actually like, with documents, with working links and all the things. So that's goal 3. So any thoughts or any input?
Yeah, great goals.
Good?
So great. Love it. Thank you for doing that.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like you need a vote of the board?
Yeah, no.
I mean, not necessarily. It's just in your policy, so I wanted to.
Yeah, thank you for.
Satisfy
that's
that.
great. Yeah, I appreciate
Yes,
that.
Great.
that's excellent. Thank you.
Great.
These are great
Thank you
goals.
very much. Appreciate that.
Can I interrupt you for just a second? You may have noticed in your agenda that number 1 was the presentation on National History Competition.
Oh, yeah.
That student is ill today
Oh.
and can't make it.
Okay. feel better.
She does want to reschedule.
Oh, good.
Yeah, we'll work on that for sure.
Excellent.
It's amazing.
Okay, shall I proceed?
Please.
Thank you. The next is handbook review. So this is something that you have at this meeting each year. So I've provided this. Of course, you can't click on links on a piece of paper, but you can access, these links online, the handbook from each of the schools. So the updates vary by school. Central School, it's mostly staff-related updates. Elliott Elementary, I highly recommend you go in and find that because she did a whole redesign. It's beautiful with little, hawks wearing different things based on the category. It's really cute. She calls it the Family Guide. She created a scavenger hunt, so you have to actually go through the Family Guide. It's really nice. So Anne really put her heart into that. The Jerry Burnell Great Work School Handbook has some, tweaks, organizational changes. She took out one section that seemed to be more appropriate for the staff handbook. She changed some language, made sure that the school closing and storm days were in one section, so really more organizational and updating some information regarding personal devices and policy. The middle school did a more comprehensive review of the handbook. They worked on the language around to make it clearer for safety, communication, attendance, calendar. She really went through it with a fine-tooth comb. Infinite campus transportation, all of that information, student expectations, and, more relevant information regarding smartwatches, personal devices, and the Yonder pouches. Also restorative practices. The high school added the vision of the graduate. So they're very proud of that document and that work. So they embedded the vision of the graduate into classroom instruction and school practices. So that's part of their building goal. And they made sure that was in the handbook for families. They also updated the board's decision to fund AP exams for all students. So that's reflected in the handbook as well. And I mentioned restorative practices, so that's definitely a focus for the high school. So that's a summary of the handbook updates.
Thank you.
Yes,
I don't think we've ever had that.
Oh, really?
No, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, reviewing this, and I love that you put.
I'm so glad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so great.
I'm so glad.
It's so
You're
clear. It's so clear.
Good.
So clear.
It's hard to remember everything when you're
Yeah.
reviewing each of the
When someone's just
aspects of the
talking,
superintendent
Yes.
instead of I love.
So the memos are good?
Yeah, we like
I
memos.
know, I love
Those are
it.
Good.
Because
Thank
we
you.
can go back and look at it.
Thank you for that feedback.
Eventually you're going to have a superintendent review, right?
Yes.
And
If you like this, this is what I like too. It helps me, it helps you, so it's all good. And it's virtual as well.
And you're not drowning as a result of it. It's-
Yeah.
No, this helps
I know,
me
I
stay
was wondering that,
organized,
Cheryl. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, that's a lot.
No. No, not, nope. It's totally fine. And really, it goes, this particular topic goes to the principals because they've focused
Right.
so much on, so I'm emailing people to help me gather things to put this together. So they each emailed me with their updates and then I put it together with a link. And so,
nice.
yeah.
Because of course it gets done every year, but I don't think we've ever, I don't
think
remember
the policy
hearing about it.
was the policy newly
Yeah.
updated? Yes. that this
For
was
handbook
gonna be
updates?
adopted.
It was just, we did it
Okay,
last
that
year.
makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
Okay.
So then that's
That
new.
makes sense.
It's supposed
Yeah,
to be
you're
new.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, great.
very good.
Thank you very much. Next item, academic work, summer work. So Heidi put this is who I reached out to about academic work this summer. These are professional development highlights that our staff conducted and participated in this summer. So the ASCA conference, so that's the Counselor Association Conference. So we had counselors, administrators attending this conference this summer. We had Orton Gillingham training, so that's a reading program training for literacy practices within the classroom. 10 teachers participated. Social studies curriculum revision. So as it should be done, teachers are, especially social studies teachers, are part of curriculum review to revise based on recommendations and learnings from our review process. Personal finance curriculum, so that was the high school math teachers working together to design that curriculum for a new personal finance course. So that's essential. That's essential for kids. Personal.
Is that required?
It is, it's a great question.
I can say it is in New Hampshire.
It
so
is
I didn't want-
required as it is in the standards. The state does not mandate how we deliver that content. They tried to take a step in that direction, and then they landed in unfunded mandate land. And so they kind of backpedaled from it. Where it stands for us right now is it is a math elective option for students. It's not a required course. Great step for year one. Let's see how it goes, but I think, that might lead to further conversations down the road.
Okay,
So I'm sure it's going to be well received. That's
Yeah.
definitely
absolutely,
very practical. And then also unified literacy curriculum,
yeah.
so strengthening that alignment.
Can I
So-
ask a question about the personal, sorry, to
Absolutely.
back up just a smidge. Does it have to be a certain year at the high school that they take it?
I believe it is open to juniors or seniors, but I could be wrong about that. I can double check. I haven't gotten that far down the road with it yet.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you very much. Moving along the superintendent report, topics of interest to the board. So this topic, there's a memo and also the school board meetings that I'll refer to. So I think each year, we put together a schedule based on topics of interest. And I know that Becky does a great job keeping track of, a board member requested a topic throughout the year so that we can make sure we include it on the presentation list the following year. So we've done that. We've sprinkled those in. That includes special services. That includes curriculum district-wide data. It includes follow-up on career pathways in ELO. Obviously, budget, the Iditarod Teacher on the Trail follow-up. So those are updates that we sprinkled in there. The other piece that I am proposing to the board is to have a different structure for presentations as far as involving the buildings. This all stems from increasing student voice and student engagement. So to have a principal bring in a student presentation, so you have a minimum of 10 student presentations at the beginning of the board meetings all year. So that looks like, the first one, central school students. So the principal can first give an update of, what's going on at central school, but also have a teacher with students presenting something that's going on in that school. So, it could be, a third grade class who's done an ecology project or, some kind of reading project, and they would be right here and presenting that to the board. So each school would present twice during the year. Principals would come to meetings 4 times for the year. They would still come at the beginning of September to do the usual, start of school, how is the entry of school. And then they would have a presentation once in the fall, because we have 5, once in the fall and once in the spring. And then they would all come at the end for the retirees as well. So, so that's something for the board to consider. I realize that is a change from at the end of the meeting to the beginning of the meeting. To the beginning of the meeting. So, but being responsible for a student presentation to bring to you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something to think about. So you're not asking for our feedback now, we're gonna think about it and get back to this, or?
That is up to you. We would, it depends on what you would like to do. If you would like more time to think about it, certainly you can have that. We would want to give, schools notice, because, they would be working with a class. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, for me personally, I would, cutting down the administrators coming and sharing about their building, that's like something I actually really enjoy, because then I feel like I know what's going on and I feel part of it, like, almost. But I do think it's a lot for them, so like, maybe staggering it out a little bit more, is a good idea, which I think that maybe, I think that schedule is a little less than I would like to see. But then also, I think, I love the idea of bringing in student presentations from the buildings, but, I think that also puts on a lot of stress for the administrator and the teacher to come to do that, so I wouldn't want to, like, like, as things come up, because, like, not just to come in and have all that stress for them to do something on a project one child did. I don't know, it just seems like
Well, what I
a
can
lot.
share, thank you, because we don't want to stress people out. Thank you for that. I can share that, it would be, I think it would be very well received by administrators. And, because they would have enough notice and they would be very proud to showcase that, as far as bringing in a project or a class to the board. And then it would also bring in parents of the kids to that meeting. The other thing that I neglected to mention is that, keeping that in mind, because I do realize that would be a change for the board to have fewer visits from administrators, is I asked Terry to put together a district calendar with dates.
Have you all seen that?
Yeah.
I added it to my calendar, right? I said,
Oh, that's really good.
my calendar's full of all this.
You don't have to go to everything.
No, understood,
can shut it off
but the
and
point
on.
is that, like, in
That's
terms
right.
of what's going on in the schools, it's now in our calendars.
in there.
So what I asked her to do, and this may exist in pieces, this goes back to communication and website, but what Terry has done is reached out to the administrative assistants at all the schools to say, okay, put in all of your things, all of your events that someone could go to, whether you're a parent or not, or a teacher or not. And so she created this district calendar. So it's just another opportunity for board members to go to something and have more access, probably more authentic experience with administrators and staff and kids, rather than at the end of a board meeting, because I think that, they want to be involved. They bring up the board. They want to be involved with the board and make sure that all the good work that they're doing. I just think that, at these events that are on this calendar, it could give you other opportunities, to be involved.
I think
So it's a thought, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
we've definitely talked about scaling back their involvement in the board meetings, recognizing their time is also a valuable resource. So I wonder how they feel about scaling back their time, getting their feedback, and, they could even potentially record themselves with an update.
Yeah.
That's
a good point.
And
We
then-
could gather it as well.
We could
Right.
do
You can
that.
gather as well. And then if they did come in the beginning of the meeting, it gives them the opportunity to leave after that to get home to their
Yes.
families.
And that's the thought here.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Is for them, because even at the meeting that I attended in May, there was a high school-based presentation at the beginning, and then the principal waited the whole thing.
Right.
So that felt a duplication of effort.
Yeah.
Where if he were up saying, here are some updates from my school, and also, here's a career tech ed presentation of a student from my school.
Yeah.
So it's all together. That is something that they would really love. We have their feedback on this.
They support this idea.
I really,
Give it a go.
I think
I'm
so.
open to
This
this
is
as
exactly
their
what
new idea, and let's just get it.
100%.
Let's implement and check in December.
Yes, I love that.
How's
I
that?
appreciate that.
Could we maybe say like, the presentation will be kept to 15 minutes?
100%.
Yes.
100%.
Okay.
We've had that conversation. You do not need to showcase and
Right.
compete with each other.
Yes.
Right.
No.
Right. One little thing, snapshot.
Yes.
No, 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 correct. Quality over quantity. I said those words today.
Yes.
Quality over quantity.
Great.
Updates, introduction, 15 minutes. We'll have a checklist, we'll have parameters.
Great.
And I so appreciate that, to give it a go and to assess with your true feedback in, whenever.
Great. Thank you.
I think so long, to Heather's point, is there's some kind of update about what's going on at each board meeting, just so it's in the recording for the public and also just so that we can stay up to date.
Absolutely. One thing that I promised at the last meeting was to provide a district-wide update once a month in your, in your board meetings, because I think we were talking about the strategic plan. And like, where are we on the strategic plan? Where's our progress? Where's our, what's happening with, academic achievement when so many things are happening? So I think we're going to get two birds with one stone there. What's going on in the schools, and they're all falling under these core values. So absolutely, thank you.
Very
And I think part of this new streamlined communication
Yeah,
situation will be us being open to
yeah,
something different.
different
Yes.
and
So I
efficient,
appreciate that.
potentially
Thank
more
you.
efficient.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. Would you like a motion, a
I
vote
don't
on
think we
it?
need to move on.
We're
Let's-
fine?
Let's just do it, yeah. I don't think
Okay,
we need to-
we'll move forward with that. Thank you very much. Now, next, Heidi has an update for you on our ESEA grant.
I have two updates, actually. We'll start with ESEA. That's the easy one. When we talked about our title funding in March as part of the budget workshop, we didn't have final allocation numbers. So I just need to do the formal bringing you the final allocation numbers, which are almost exactly what we talked about. We have $160,265.25 for Title I. And that is going to be, the grant has been written to use that exactly the way that we always have, which is to support our reading intervention program. So it partially funds some of our reading staff at Central School and Elliott Elementary. This year, I chose to roll our Title II and Title IV funds together. Sometimes it makes sense to leave those separate because Title IV has a little more flexibility for things like social emotional learning. This year, with the focus on the curriculum review being math, I chose to roll them together into Title II, which Title II supports professional development in core content areas like literacy and math. So we have $74,430.61, and that money is split out among the buildings based on enrollment. So it's basically like a per pupil amount, essentially, that gets allocated for each building, and that's for professional development. That's what Title II is for. So, well, it's not specifically for math, but math is highlighted in the application because we are going to be reviewing math this year, and I think it's really important to have the conversation about research-based best practice when you do a curriculum review, and I want to make sure that we have the opportunity for the math teachers to get those experiences as part of the review. So that's specifically called out, but it certainly can cover PD on science or literacy or other content areas. So if there's any questions, I'm happy to answer them. It's nothing new. I just wanted to give you the official numbers because I have them.
Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And the last update, if I can jump in under other, is US News rankings came out yesterday. You guys know how I feel about them. I don't think they're very good, but they're what we have. And we moved up from 12th to 11th in the rankings. It's important to note, if people are asking you about this or talking about it, remember the big talking points. Like Maine, essentially, our ranking is based on two things: our achievement on the Maine 3-year assessment and graduation rates, because Maine does not report the AP data, which is 40% of the ranking. So that's why Kennebunk and Greeley are always 1 and 2, because they're the two schools in the state that have an IB program, and their data gets reported. Right, so just keep that in mind. The other,
Apples to apples.
not exactly, yeah. And I also think it's really important to remember that this is 2-year-old data. So the rankings for this year are based on 23-24 data. So for us, all signs are positive because our data's done nothing but get better over the last 2 years. So I think that our scores and rankings, for whatever they're worth, should continue to trend in a positive direction in the next couple of years.
Great.
I just wanted you to be aware if there's any chatter in the world about it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yes, thanks for that.
That's good. Thank you very much. That concludes my report.
Great, thanks so much. We have no correspondence upon which to report, and so we'll move into the report of the committees. Finance and Facilities met earlier this evening. We got a quick summary on the wrap-up for last year. By warrant article, yes. Some were a little bit over budget, some were a little bit under budget. The net of all of that is that we spent about $65-ish thousand less than we budgeted, so that's going to be rolled into our unassigned fund balance, which we want to try to build up so that we can stop taking out loans for 3 payroll months and things of that nature. And we'll see more about that next month. And then a bunch of facility stuff, which you folks are going to cover.
Yes. So, yes, exciting things happening over the summer. So there was a building walkthrough with Maine School Safety Center, which was done this past week, Monday and Tuesday. So basically, Maine School Safety comes through and checks all of our buildings and writes a report afterwards, the inside and outside, and will provide safety recommendations for us in a report that will go to the superintendent and other leadership for review. So that happened recently. In terms of building waste proposal, we had mentioned this in our last few meetings. An RFP went out for waste management options or recycling options, and all 3 companies that came back to us were very comparable. They included single stream recycling and location specific reporting. Waste management company was definitely the most cost effective choice, so we went with that company. And that was pretty much the primary factor in the decision. And then in community engagement and communication, the superintendent and Ryan attended the Elliott Budget Committee meeting, and they provided an update on our district. It was a very positive discussion, and we received some great feedback from the community. Our key takeaway is that we will enhance our communication with the community members who are not that do not currently have students in our schools. So we're going to be strategizing in the future on ways that we can get the great communication out. But again, we do have our PR person, TJ, and he'll be working with us to just give some more public awareness of district activities and information. Jesus, there's a lot. Okay, it was a lot. Sorry, personnel. The personnel electronic device ban support funding. So the district received $4,688.33 in state funding related to the implementation of the new personal electronic device legislation. So the money will be utilized to replace lost or damaged Yonder pouches at the high school. These pouches, Yonder, contain the students' cell phones during the school day. If the pouch is damaged, then the pen doesn't work, and then you can't open it up again. So yes, we needed that money to keep up with the pouches. In the facilities updates, lots of work has been completed across the district. The central school water lines were replaced, and it's all complete, and the water is working really well. Actually, one of the pipes was about 100 years old, and one of the other pipes that was broken was about 50 years old, which is remarkable it lasted this long.
that much
So,
use,
yeah, they must have been copper, I don't know. I have no idea. So Central School entryway, the construction is underway. We got to see some photographs. It's looking great. The target completion date of August 31st, 2026. So right around the corner, but the team is working super hard to get that all done. Central School cafeteria and hallway, new epoxy flooring is installed. We saw pictures of that. Looks great. Marshwood Middle School playground, the new equipment has been delivered and installation is underway. The new playground or activity area for the middle schoolers will include the Gaga pit, a swing set, volleyball, and another basketball space. So that means 2 basketball spaces. That's a popular space. In Elliott Elementary School, the fencing, the outdoor play area is now fully enclosed. Elliott Elementary School gym, the interior brick is fully cleaned and repainted. Looks nice and new. And the Elliott Elementary School ramp, as his new carpeting, has been installed, so it's not bumpy or anything anymore.
Smelly.
And stinky, it's brand new. And then Central School parking lot, the lines have been repainted, and then a dedicated morning drop-off and afternoon pickup lanes established. So hopefully this new configuration will finally solve the 100-year problem of drop-off and pickup. So yeah, tons of work has happened over with the facilities. Transportation updates, the 2 new buses that you probably remember we had a lease purchase for these 2 new buses. One new bus has been delivered. It looks great, ready to go for first day of school. The other bus has been sent back to be retrofitted with a wheelchair lift. As the full-size bus is needed, we need a wheelchair lift to accommodate the school district needs this year. So to offset that cost of installing the wheelchair lift, the district actually sold a smaller lift bus traded it in to help cover the cost of installing. So it's an extra, all these buses have like these great extra safety features. Actually, Joe, you know more about the safety feature than I do, but it's basically, what is it called when the door, you can't close it?
It's an anti-pinch device.
Sensor.
Anti-pinch device, folks. Yeah, so no more smushed fingers. Yeah, so all of these new fancy buses are being installed with that. So very good.
Getting caught and dragged down the road.
Well, that too.
That, yeah.
Yes, and food service, that's some exciting news, and thank you so much to the leadership team. Ryan, summer meal reimbursement. Our original summer meal reimbursement was denied by the state due to a notification issue or what have you. But the administration appealed this decision and provided documentation and clearly outlined our qualification. And the state of Maine reversed its initial decision. So now we will go back to being able to provide summer meals to the students that come to us for learning opportunities.
We'll actually get reimbursed for them.
Oh, reimbursement, sorry.
We're going to provide them either way, but we'll get
Provided
reimbursed.
them anyway.
We did provide them.
Thank
We're gonna
you,
get
Joe.
reimbursed.
Thank you.
First time in 4
Good
years,
job.
right?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
First time
Yeah,
reimbursed,
so we get, reimbursed. So that's a huge win for the
Way
district.
to
Thank you
fight.
so much for the persistence and,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
and following through with that.
Thank you, Ryan.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for the update. Ed Policy will next meet on the 23rd of September, so nothing to talk about tonight. And similarly, Wellness and SEL will meet August 24th. That's coming up. That's next week.
That's Monday.
Monday.
12 to 3, big
Good.
wellness
Okay,
committee.
so we'll hear about that at our first September meeting. Great, thank you. Okay, that brings us to new business. We have one item, and it's a nomination. May I have a motion, please, to approve the nomination of Crystal Childress?
I do, I know who this is. I move to approve the nomination of Crystal Childress, first-year probationary teacher, grade 2, Elliott Elementary School, school year 2026-2027, master's step 13, $74,530.
We all second.
We all second
Rebecca's got it? Rebecca's got it.
Second.
Okay.
Second. And so, or, yeah, you did second. Rebecca's got it, yes.
Did you want to say anything about it?
No, I'm just very pleased to nominate Crystal Childress. She has a wealth of experience, an excellent educator. She has students in the district, and I think she'll be an incredible asset to Elliott.
Great. Comments or questions on the board part? All in favor? 5-0, excuse me, 6-0. Forgot to count myself. Very good, welcome, Crystal. And that concludes the business, and we are not doing building administrator check-in. Are there any last comments from the board before
Could I
we?
just have one clarifying for ed policy on the 23rd? Do we change the time, or it's 1 o'clock
We
still?
didn't change the time, we changed the time for wellness.
Okay.
Right.
Wellness is,
will be during the day.
it's going to be like after school. I think they're going to talk about it on Monday, but we talked about it being like at 4 o'clock,
Okay.
Oh,
one day a month.
Yes.
maybe we're gonna figure that out together.
I think you will.
Monday? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep, I don't have it on my calendar, so.
I don't think the dates have been set yet.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Part of the agenda.
I just had like a tiny little thing. I went to the Maine Kneading Conference, KNEADING, and there's up in Skowhegan. It's all about bread, but it's like a seed to table conference. And there's a company up there called the Good Crust, and they work with local farmers to get Maine wheat into their crust, and they work with the state to get these crusts into schools. And they use like state funding, they have access to state funding. Anyway, it's all organic, it's all local, it's all native. So I thought that might be an
Wow.
opportunity
cool.
for us to get some very local, amazing program into our school, potentially. It's
That
called the
would
Good
be
Crust.
fantastic.
Yeah,
We
so I did
start
ask Ryan
growing
to-
wheat to provide to the,
Sorry.
we could start growing wheat in our greenhouses.
We could, we could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
neat. It's so important. That's so amazing.
It's a neat program.
Because it's really, really, really important to have the organic
Yes.
aspect, is particularly.
And we have
of
pizza every
wheat.
day.
I know,
Yes.
and yes, in our kids' bellies, so they're not destroyed by the pesticides.
Yes.
So this program is in other local school districts
In Maine,
in Maine as well, so.
yes.
If you send the link, could you have a link or a website?
I
or-
can certainly send a link.
Okay,
Yes.
I can get Karen
Okay.
looking at that.
That'd be great.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
perfect.
Anything else? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn tonight's meeting.
Second.
All in favor? That is 6-0, we are adjourned. Thank you all.
Thank you.